Hello, welcome back to the channel. I think today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a day in the life with my Xteink X4 and my Kobo Libra color and how I use them in my daily reading. But I've not done this kind of videos before, so this is gonna be interesting. I just want to share with you just a quick video on how I use these both devices. We're gonna break down our day in the morning, lunchtime or lunch walks, afternoon breaks, and the evening. And I'll be sharing the main device that I will be using and why I'm using them. With that being said, let's get right into it. On a typical weekday, I would travel to office by public transportations, and I would be waiting in the train at the platform and take out my Xteink X4 for quick reads. What I like about my Xteink X4 is it's very tiny and it's smaller than my iPhone. It's so much better to whip it out of my shoulder bag or in my pocket, unlike with my Kobo, which is a lot bigger and it takes a lot of movement when I have to take it out of my bag, and it's a little bit troublesome in a very packed train. The lunchtime comes around, I only take 3 things, which is my phone, my staff ID, and my Xteink X4, which is a very light setup. That is technically all the things you need, and my usual for lunch is a takeaway lunch, and then I'll be eating it at the staff lounge. I'll be walking to the restaurant, waiting for my food. Going back to the office building, you best bet I'll be holding my X4 and reading it all the way. It is a good company, also to prevent myself from doom scrolling on social media while waiting for my food. It is one of the key things that I realized ever since I bought the X4, because once I found a really good book, and with the size of the X4, it's really hard to put it down. One of the habits that I started picking up was doing my lunch walks. So no matter how hot it is on this island, I must say lunch walks is a must, especially with my X4. Of course, we always have to be mindful of the people around us while walking and reading. It's not something that I encourage, but normally I would walk a little bit and then I would stop by on one of the benches around the Marina Bay area and read maybe 10 to 20 minutes before heading back to the office. Is literally 2-in-1 combo. It is both good physically and mentally. Now, my afternoon breaks. After working for a couple of hours, I would steal a few minutes of reading, and because of its form factor, it's so tiny, it is very discreet, it doesn't really catch people's attention. I would just leave it on my table and my colleagues doesn't really notice it much. Well, except for some who would stop by and talk to me and they would just notice it. So it's really good for some quick reads in the afternoon as well. Now with my evening reading session, it is where things change because I'll be using a different device, which is my Kobo Libra color. And I will still be using my X4 on the way home, but once I reach my room, and I would grab my Kobo Libra color as my nighttime e-reader. It is a perfect device for night because of 2 main reasons that really makes sense to me. Number 1, it has a front light. The vibe in my room is a little bit romantic. I have a floor lamp where the light bounces off my walls and gives my room a really soft diffused orange glow. So it's a little bit dim at night, so it's not good for reading using my X4. So having a front light on my e-reader is a must. Now reason 2, after reading on a small tiny screen the whole day, I want to have the luxury to read in a bigger screen. I want to read more text out of my ebooks. I want to know what happens next. And because of these 2 main reasons combined together, and with the limitations of the X4, I would like to think that the Kobo is a good companion for my night sessions. It is just a better e-reader while I'm chilling at my desk or getting ready to sleep on my bed. That is just a quick sharing of my day with my 2 devices. In my last video about my reading setup for 2026, I've shared the limitations and solutions that I came up with these 2 combo together, and we all know that the X4 has its major flaws. It's either you love it or you hate it. Therefore, I try my best to make a full use of this cute device by managing its flaws and to make it work for my reading sessions. My main priority, besides from having a comfortable reading session, is as much as possible utilize my e-readers as much as I can, and that's how I come up with my reading setup. So this is just a quick rundown of my day with my Xteink X4 and my Kobo Libra collar. So what do you think? Do you think it is a good setup? Let me know what you guys think. I did write an article about this in my Substack. The link is in the description below. You can check that one out. And that is all for today. I'll catch up with you on our next one. Bye!